Hello, 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 beloved souls. It's Twin Flame Tuesday. So, hello, blessed be. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Super excited this week. We have an eclipse coming up, right? The new moon in Taurus. Um, Super intense energies. Eclipses can always kind of bring like an energy of chaos. But that doesn't mean that's a bad thing, right? There's good chaos, there's bad chaos, right? Good change, bad change. So there's a lot of energy around love and relationships and healing, and whatever is not really working out, right, is going to be brushed out of that rug. So I'm interested to see what this eclipse energy means for all of the twin flames. So thank you, angels and guides, for being here with us in the Twin Flame Collective. What do we need to know about this eclipse energy for the twin flames this week? Oh, okay. Two. Pull it right out. All right. First card out. Children. You have your love life is being affected by children. So for some of you, this is physical, literal children, right? Maybe you have a child or children, or your divine counterpart does. And if you're in separation, or maybe if there was a karmic partner at this time, right? You can't always just pick up and walk away when children are involved, right? Many people stay in relationships, even relationships that are unhealthy and unfulfilling, for the sake of their children. So for some of you, that might be the cause, right? You might be in separation because of children. For some of you, you just have children, right? And they just affect your day-to-days and how you think and how you move, where you're going to live, what you're going to do, right? And so you're bringing that energy into your dynamic. But a lot of this energy, and I feel mostly this is about our inner child, really healing and pouring into um the child within us, right? The child that was maybe abandoned or neglected, or only offered breadcrumbs, right, from their parents and other people that were supposed to love them, right? And so that child right now is acting up, right? Throwing tantrums, maybe seeking love in places that it shouldn't, right? So this is about you pouring energy and time and healing into yourself and into your own inner child, so that you can heal, right? Because if you and your divine counterpart are both doing this, then you're both doing the work, you're both moving forward, and you're not going to be projecting those energies out onto each other, right? And you're not going to be causing harm and triggers and all this trauma, because you're learning it's not about them, right? Maybe they're reflecting back to me something in my dynamic that I haven't healed yet, because that's a lot of what this is. Wow. And the second card that popped out on the side was forgiving and learning, right? So it's about healing, nurturing ourselves, loving ourselves, having compassion for ourselves, right? Really pouring into ourselves, and holding that space for our divine counterpart, right? Because just as you're healing and forgiving and learning and pouring love into your inner child, they are also doing that work. It may not always seem like it. I know sometimes as a divine feminine who's awakened, being in a dynamic with a divine masculine who's not can be challenging, right? Because you just kind of want to be like, oh, what don't you get? Like, freaking pay attention already. And they're doing their own healing work on separate levels, right? So maybe you're the awakened twin, and maybe you know what's going on, and you're tapping into your psychic senses, and you're seeing the bigger picture of things, and you know eternally this is your one, this is a long game. They got you, you got them. Boom, boom, boom. Um, but then you're looking at your divine counterpart who is just like living their living their 3D physical realm life, right? Like they're playing this game as if it's actually real, right? And it's frustrating when you're trying to elevate and grow and evolve, and the other person is stagnant or seemingly stagnant, right? Seemingly unbothered, seemingly unaware. But what we tend to forget is that the Most High and the angels are working in the backgrounds, right? So although it may seem in the forefront that you're doing all the work, trust and believe in the ethers in the background, they're going through it. And a lot of divine masculines I've noticed recently have been getting a lot of upheaval in their life, right? Like hearing new truths, having new awarenesses brought to their forefront, being really intuitively guided and getting a lot of signs and synchronicities from the universe, but not necessarily following them, right? So if you're a divine masculine listening to this, it's time for you to tap into your intuition. It's time for you to take a look at some of the patterns that you picked up as a child and really see how they're affecting your dynamic today. How are they affecting the love that you have for yourself? And how are they affecting your intimate relationships? How are they affecting how you're showing up in this dynamic for your divine feminine? Okay. that was a lot. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What else do we? Geez, they are flying out. So this eclipse energy is going to be rapid, quick. There's a lot of swift changes going on. Reconciliation. Yeah, some of you are getting back together, and I love that, right? So although this is some of you coming back together in this realm because you were in separation in this realm, for some of you, this is you coming back together with a counterpart, a divine counterpart from a past life. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So this could be an ex, this could be maybe your twin flame if you guys were in separation while you were doing your different healing and karmic patterns. Or this, I feel like for a lot of you though, this is a soulmate, a twin flame from a past life that you haven't connected with yet here in this realm. And so that person is being brought back to you. So for those of you that haven't met your divine counterparts yet, that energy is coming towards you. And if you're not in union yet, it's because there's still some healing and some learning that needs to come on, that needs to happen, transpire. There's a need to like really just take accountability, right? Like that's what this is all about. Like take accountability. Like maybe the things that happened in our lives in our childhood weren't necessarily our fault, but our healing is our job, right? So it's time to be accountable for where you're at now, right? Like something happened when I was 7, cool. I'm 37 now. How long am I going to keep playing out that same like behavior pattern, same timeline, right? So it's about forgiving yourself, looking at the inner child you, the child that was damaged, right, between the ages of 0 and 7, that experienced those really traumatic things, and pouring love into them and being the person now that they needed you to be then, so that you can step forward in the fullness of yourself, right? So this is a reconciliation for some of you with your twin flames from a past life, but this is also a reconciliation between your divine masculine and your divine feminine selves. This is about you coming into balance with your inner child and your present self so that you can really be in the full wholeness of yourself as a twin and show up in complete self-love so that you can be available and in alignment with your divine counterpart. Wow, that was intense. Playfulness. I love it. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Listen, it's just a game, right? It's the Earth game. We're not getting out alive, so you got to lighten up. You got to have some fun. It's so amazing that this energy came up in the Divine Masculine reading and in the Divine Feminine readings, right? Separately. So it's about having fun, being joyful, lightening up, not taking things too seriously, not overthinking this, not overanalyzing, not trying to wake our twin up, right? Not trying to make them conscious and aware, like really pouring the energy into yourself, being the best you possible, which raises your vibration, right? And as our vibrations are raised, we see things from a different perspective. We're in alignment with things that make us feel good. We can then be in alignment with this reconciliation, right? And even this playfulness, this children energy, right? It's like go out there and have some fun. If you have children, have fun with your children, right? If your divine counterpart has children, maybe you're getting to meet them for the first time and you guys are going to have fun together, like a little play date or something. But it's about really lightening up, playing with your partner, right? Tickling, laughing, watching comedic movies, talking shit together, right? These are all the things that bring this energy into harmony, right? Into alignment, not overthinking things and overanalyzing things and trying to make something happen, right? Trying to force things. You force it when you need to be learning to forgive, forgiving ourselves first and foremost, as well as forgiving those externally. But when you learn to forgive and grow, you know that if you force it too soon, it's gonna fall apart. If you're trying to push to be in union and the other one's not ready or you're not ready, you guys are just going to go back into separation. You're going to end up hurting each other. So no need to force it, right? Have fun, enjoy the moment, remember what brought you to this point to begin with. Okay, this is a long game. It's an eternal game. You don't have to get everything done right now. And there's unions happening all across the globe. So if you're not one of the ones that's already in union, it doesn't mean being patient. It means that there's just still more work to do. So pour that energy back into yourself, right? Don't worry about what your counterpart, your divine counterpart is doing. Pour the energy into yourself. As you heal, your divine counterpart heals. It's a beautiful gift. Beautiful gift. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What else do the twin flames need to know about this eclipse energy? Doubles. All right. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I love that. And deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So many messages here. So, for some of you, right, it's about this energy of reconciliation. It's about letting bygones be bygones, seeing the bigger picture, seeing someone else's perspective. Maybe if you guys were in separation for a long time, seeing the growth and the development within your divine counterpart, right? Being open to this union, being open to this dynamic, being open to being a twin flame and all it means, right? Which means a lot of work on ourselves, a lot of self-love, a lot of self-healing. Um, and for others of you, this is just a reminder, like, stop focusing. It's like you gave the angels a list for a divine counterpart that was like, they need to be tall, dark, handsome, make this amount of money. That, like, it's like you made a really superficial egoic list. So it's so funny. They're literally showing me like an angel like holding a clipboard with like a little yes and no mark like next to all these characteristics. But it's all ego stuff that's checked off. None of it is like heart soul. So this is about you tapping into your heart and not focusing your energies on the external, right? So if you're a twin flame, if you're a twin flame, you're aware of that you're a twin flame, but maybe you haven't met your divine counterpart yet, or maybe you think you've met your divine counterpart and maybe it's a karmic. It's time to look at the energy of the partner that you want instead of looking at the specifics, right? So instead of being like, I only date guys that are over 6 feet with muscles, that make over six figures a year, right? Like instead of like limiting yourself to those external 3D realities, it's like, no, I want a divine counterpart that um will hold space for me, that allows me to be my goddess self but also keeps me grounded, someone that's really joyful and lively and stable and secure and makes me feel safe, someone that's doing their own growth and development, right? Like really like start looking at like the big picture of things, right? The character, not the physical characteristics, but like the moral, the emotional characteristics, right? Like, what is their heart doing? What do they feel about humanity? If you have children, right? Like, I want to be with a person that loves kids. I was going to love my children as if they were their own, like that's important. So it's like putting that energy out and keeping an open mind to what the universe may bring forth before you. Because 9 times out of 10, when we receive a gift from the universe, it doesn't look anything like what we expected. Sometimes it's what we expected with a little bit more, a little twist. Sometimes it's so out the park that we're just like, what the hell is that? But it's amazing because it's a gift from the universe. Okay. And now the deception card. Someone's wearing a false mask. So this could be you, right? Lying to yourself, denying to yourself your own gifts, your talents, your strengths, what you need to do, the work that you need to do in order to forgive and heal and learn and to grow. Or this could be a karmic that's showing up, or even they're giving me third party energy. So for some of you, your divine masculine, divine feminine has a person around them that's super deceptive, and that energy is causing an interference within your dynamic. So say there's been arguments going on or fights or just like low vibrational energy, or you guys are just not in alignment, right? And this is for those of you that know your twin and like are working through it, or whatever. Maybe you're in separation, maybe you're in union, whatever. There's this energy behind it of like a third party trying to like cause waves. So maybe talking shit about you, putting little bugs in a person's ear, just not being truthful, honest, and authentic with themselves. And so like maybe being a false friend to you or to your divine counterpart. Um, Really, their energy is just that of like trying to sabotage this union. So, not to put fear energy out there because I never want to do that, but it's just about having an awareness, right? Like we're twin flames. You're here to raise the vibration of the planet, right? So no matter what's going on around you externally, it's a matter of you keeping your composure, staying centered and staying grounded. So as the storms of life are coming at you, you're not getting caught up in them, right? So whatever this energy is, whether this person is around you or around your divine counterpart, stay centered, stay grounded, and know that the universe got you. As long as you're pouring love into yourself and you're keeping your vibration high, whatever this fake, probably narcissistic bullshit is that's falling around is gonna fall away at the wayside. Keep your vibration up and don't entertain the things that are trying to sabotage your self-love, self-worth, and your dynamic with your twin flame or your potential dynamic with your twin flame. And no lying to yourself about the work that you have to do. When things are coming up, stop blaming the twin and start looking within. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Get one more card for the beautiful twin flames for this eclipse season. Let's see. Hold on, guys. I gotta take that. Sorry, my beloveds. I had to take that call. Anyway, we're gonna get one more card. Thank you, angels and guys. Let's get one more card from the twin flames for this beautiful eclipse. Let's see what's going on. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What do the twin flames need to know? What's one final message for the twin flames? I see. I don't even know why I always say one card because they love to hit me like, "Oh, you want one? We're gonna give you two." Bottom of the deck, you deserve love. You are lovable. Really says it all. Let's see what these cards are. Oh, I love it. Attraction. This is one of my favorites, right? You attract You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. This is such a reminder to just be in the present moment. Be in the present moment. Be there, be aware, tap in, right? We had the energy of playfulness, right? Children are such a guiding light to us is what we need to do in order to stay on path as twin flames, right? Children play, they have fun, they go into their imagination and they can be lost in their imaginary worlds for like hours on end, right? You tell a child like, all right, you got an hour left, and they're like, oh, it felt like I was only playing for 5 minutes, right? That's how much fun it is. That's how good they feel. That's how high their vibrations are, right? So really, using that energy of the child and playfulness, remember that, tap into that. And how do they do that? They're in the present moment, right? They're here, they're having fun, they're tapped in. That's what you need to do, right? Be here, be tapped in, open your heart, focus the energy on yourself. I know as a twin flame, we always want to know what's going on with them, what's going on with them. Well, they did this, they did this, they did this. But as you point a finger at someone, that's what you're doing. Pointing three back at yourself. This is about you doing the work on you, right? Anytime something comes up in my dynamic with my twin, I'm like, what do I need to learn from that? What is this showing me? What does this teach me? Because I know it has something to do with me internally. Because how can it not if they're a mirror? They're my twin. We're mirrors. Their healing is my healing. Now, sometimes it's me having a look and a reflection of how far I've grown or how my perspective might have changed from that point in my life. But at the end of the day, I always point the energies back to me because it's a mirror, right? And engagement. Yes, some good news. For some of you, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Playfulness, right? Having fun, that energy of the children, doing the inner child work, forgiving and learning, right? That's how you get here. That's how you get into union. That's how you go from doing a Google search on twin flames on the internet to being in alignment with your twin flame and coming into union and meeting them and activating all of your chakras and activating your life and stepping into your gift and your mission. It's by loving yourself and taking yourself to the next level, right? So if you're a twin flame that hasn't met your divine counterpart yet, doesn't mean that you lose hope. It means take this time to love on yourself because loving yourself is what brings you into alignment with your twin, right? And I know that's hard to believe because people are like, oh, well, don't, you're being selfish. And no, self-love is not selfish. Pouring love into yourself shows the universe and everyone around look, this is what love feels like in my life. This is how I want love to show up in my life. This is how love respects and honors me. And guess what you get back? All of that. You're pouring it out and it's coming right back. You're pouring it out, it's coming right back. So keep pouring those cups, right? The cup of self-love. If you've already met your twin, maybe you guys are going to the next level, right? You're ready to step into the dynamic. You realize that this is your person, right? Many of us are going to be in union with our twins, and it doesn't mean that we're both ready or we're both fully activated or we've done all the work. No, it means that, like, I realize you're my person. I realize that this sucks sometimes, and we're going to do some work, and that sometimes you're going to trigger me and sometimes I'm going to trigger you, but we're not going to give up on each other, right? We're not going to walk away. I'm not going to lose hope because we're going through something, right? You realize this is eternal. You're my person. I'm not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. So I'm going to hold space for you while you go through your healing, and you're going to hold space for me while I go through my healing, loving each other the entire way, right? And for some of you, you are going to be getting engaged, right? Congratulations, or you recently got engaged, or you just got married, so congratulations, congratulations. But this is really about opening your hearts, opening your mind, remembering that this is fun first and foremost, right? First and foremost, and reconnecting with that childlike energy, pouring love into your inner child, right? Honoring and holding space for your divine counterpart's inner child, honoring and holding space for the physical children that might be here, from either one of your relationships and dynamics and how that's playing out, right? So really just holding space, working through our hearts, right? Remembering to have fun and knowing this is a long game. Coming into alignment with ourselves has us coming into alignment with all that is created for us and all that we were meant to be. So I'm going to leave it there because you deserve love. You're lovable. I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. And I shall see you soon. Later, my beloved.